Hello. Hello and welcome. Today we're going to talk about the third thing that destroys every relationship. Straight from the studies of John Gottman, the man that created the Love Lab. We're going to talk about defensiveness and how it's so corrosive to relationships. Welcome. Thank you for being with me. Right away, people are coming in. Thank you so much. Welcome. So, defensiveness. How can we recognize it? When it shows up, do you know what it looks like? All the ways that defensiveness looks like. I'm going to give you a whole bunch of tips. You can make notes. Watch it again later so you learn. Hi, my name is Elika, and I am a psychologist, actually, marriage and family therapist licensed in Florida. I see clients in the Dr. Phillips area, and I love what I do, and I do it with my whole heart. And I have a lot of couples that I help with this problem specifically. It shows up so often. And not only that, we don't see it happening because it's so automatic. It comes out of us, the defensiveness comes out of us as a way to protect ourselves, in a way, and the intention is to, hey, it's not me, you're wrong, something like that. And so whenever defensiveness shows up, you then counterattack. That's how defensiveness works. So it destroys every relationship. Thank you for being with me. All right. So let's start. I'm going to teach you how it shows up. And another thing, I'm going to teach you at the end what to do so you don't use it. So you stop using it. So you stop destroying your own relationship, right? Okay. So let's learn some of the characteristics. Number 1, this is the most common one. Making excuses. Yes. So with making excuses, when a person thinks or they say that things outside of their forces is the thing that is making them act in a certain way, in a particular way, or make them do the things that they did, taking now away from your responsibility. This was something that you probably agreed with your partner or they expected from you. And you knew, but because of these outside forces, then you're not accountable for what you were supposed to do, right? That's the excuse-making attitude. My dad never allowed us to give excuses. So he'd be like, you didn't do what I said? No, Dad, it's just that I don't care. I don't. You didn't do what I said. So, but I don't care. You didn't do what I said. That's how my dad would act. I don't care. So my dad never allowed us to be like that, but we naturally learn in our relationships to give excuses or take, responsibility from ourselves and to other things and other people and the weather, whatever, right? So the way this shows up is, why didn't you pick up the clothes from the dry cleaners or from the laundry? The other person answers, well, if my client has stopped talking, you don't know that client that I have every Wednesday, or Thursday today. They talk for such a long time, I couldn't stop them. So I never got in time to when the dry cleaning was open. See, it's taking the responsibility that you're supposed to have to do what you said that you're going to do from yourself to somebody else. Although your client has nothing to do with this, your responsibility is to put an end to conversations so that you have limits. And so if you don't know how to put boundaries on people, you got to learn that one. So that one is a good topic for your next therapist session with your therapist. And if you don't have one, I might fit you in. I might be able to fit you in. I don't have that many available hours now. After COVID, oh my goodness, we're full, we're packed. have clients back to back, and it's good people that are looking for help. It's making me very happy because now people are realizing that we need people, and some of them realize that you need professionals. So it's making me happy that I'm getting to help people that actually want help. Sometimes we used to have people that would show up in the clinic thinking we do magic. No, not a witch doctor, man. I'm a therapist and I help you, but you gotta do the work. I don't do magic. All right. Number two, the second thing, the second way defensiveness shows up in your relationship. Welcome. Hello. All right. Complain with complaints. Yes. In this one, this works like this. Your answer to your partner is your partner's protest with another protest like this. You didn't cook dinner tonight? Oh, well, I didn't cook. I wouldn't cook dinner because I don't even know how to cook. And also, we need to lose weight. Okay. So, so that's like giving an excuse, but it's like adding to the excuse now. Not only I didn't do it, but I'm right that I didn't do it because that's my excuse. So they add to like a complaint, okay, even worse one. You didn't cook dinner tonight? You said you were going to cook dinner tonight. Oh, you need to lose weight. So I kind of chose to do noodles or something. Or I chose to have some salad. Okay, so this is like, complaining on top of the, you're fat. So, bad way of communicating your love. So the problem is that the speaker is not heard. Not only that, the complaints are going nowhere and there's no change in the relationship whatsoever. And the person is not only not taking responsibility, they're also putting blame on somebody else. Okay? The third way defensiveness shows up in your relationship is yes butting. That's right. Yes butting starts with you agreeing with whatever the person said, but then you say but, and then you start with the butting, right? You start with disagreeing or totally justifying everything that you were not supposed to do or you didn't do, and justifying it. Okay, so it says, this is an example. Why don't you leave hot water for me in the morning when you take a shower? I like to take showers in the morning. I know that you need to take showers in the morning, honey. But, that's the one. I need to wash my hair. I gotta do my skin treatment. I gotta rinse. So, it takes more water, obviously. So, yes, butting is yes, but my justification completely invalidates your whatever you are saying. So this is very corrosive to relationships because it's making the other person feel not heard. You're not taking responsibility for your actions. It's just everything's just very disconnected, very dissect. Nobody cares. It seems like not nobody cares. The other person doesn't care. You are asking, you're protesting something. The other person, it's life. So yes, butting. In this case, it's life. It sounds like it's it is what it is. But in some cases, yes, but comes up in other ways. You said you told me you were going to take me to the movies this month, and it's the 28th. Today's the 24th. 28th. And yes, but I've been working so hard, So that's another yes, but. Okay. I've been working so hard to make ends meet, and we got so much to blah, blah, blah. Okay? So if you promise something, keep your word, man. It's wrong not to keep your word. We got to be responsible. Yes. So if you can't take her to the movies because it's expensive, I don't know, I doubt it, but, go take her to make a special night at the house here. And you just popcorn and nice movie. Watch the movie. Oh, my phone is ringing. Watch the movie. This is a new release. This is about suicide. Such a great movie. It's called Seller of Dreams. Seller of Dreams. Dream Seller. Dream Seller. Not seller like under the house, like he sells dreams. Something like that. And it's in Portuguese, from a bestseller. It's so good, so good. It's from like a best-selling book in Brazil from years ago, and now they released it. Just watch this movie. It's so good. And if you have any suicidal people, just send it to them. It's gonna help them. Okay, going on. The fourth thing that shows up in defensiveness is repetition. Repetition, yes. So you end up repeating what you want, and the repetition will bring another result, like another, thinking that the repetition will bring another result. Example, the lady, they're at the party. Honey, I just want to go home. I don't want to be in this party anymore. Can we go home? The other person says, honey, I just want to talk to a little bit more folks, a couple of folks, and then no, and just, no, not like that, not in that. I just want to talk to a little bit more folks. But honey, I want to go home. I want to go home. I'm tired. I woke up at 5. I want to go home. I want to talk to a few more folks. And that's what I want to do. I want to talk. And the other one, I want to go home. Okay, repeating sucks, right? Not only that, it shows that the other person totally not relating, not regarding, not caring, and both of them are not. So in this case, it is a total disregard of both feelings, and also nobody's compromising. This is not good. We're adults. We know what this looks like, guys. So just go, honey, is 15 more minutes good? I'm okay with 15 minutes. Is that okay? Can you make it 20? Okay, I'll wait for 20 minutes. But then we go, and then I won't call you. I'll just be right around here, okay? And then that's it. Then you don't have fights. Compromise. All right. Number 5. Number 5 is denying responsibility. Most of defensiveness is denying responsibility, but in this case, it's very clear. And this is when the person insists that it's not them to blame. It's not their responsibility. They're not taking accountability for what they did. So, in this case, for example, oh, honey, where are my car keys since you used it last? Why are you always blaming me for when you lose your car? You lose everything. It's not my fault that you lose everything. You used the car last, buddy. So, you have to kind of like, come on. One time, I swear to God. Okay, I swear. This is not happening. My ex-husband was crazy, man. And he, sociopathic little narcissist. I don't know. I think sociopath. So he was walking in the sidewalk. Guys, I swear this happened. He's walking. He tripped. He didn't fall. He just tripped. And then right first second, the first thing that comes out of his mouth, I wasn't even close to him. Like, he was forward and then I was behind him. Because he would always walk forward. He wouldn't walk beside me. He tripped. He turned to me and says, Helica. I go, are you crazy? How is this my fault? You trip. You almost fall by yourself. How is this my fault? Totally denying responsibility for anything that he would do. Anything. I suffered a lot in my first marriage. Very, very much. All right. Number 6, defensiveness. How does it show up? The name of it is turntables, or turning of tables. And this is when, in the same attack, the same movement, at the same time, the person defends and attacks the other person. So, for example, the person says, hey, I've been waiting for you for 20 minutes already, and you haven't even changed for us to leave. The other person gives them a whammy. And this is what it looks like. Yes, but yesterday you made me wait for half an hour, and because of that, I was late for work. So they're not listening to each other. Not only that, disrespecting, playing dirty. This is plain dirty. You're using something that is not in this moment used against the other person and not taking responsibility for being late. None of them are taking responsibility for not being on time and whatever. So these are not good. They're not being nice to each other. This is very corrosive to relationships because one, it doesn't give it. It's like it doesn't give the other person an opportunity to explain themselves because you see, you're in the wrong twice. Or also, if it does give them time to give an excuse, it focuses on themselves. This brings the problem to themselves. This is all about me, and so it's not about us. It's about the problem. Just tackle the problem, man. This is a problem. Let's deal with it. Let's not, blame each other. Nothing. I'll take my responsibility, take yours, and then we get along. We try to get better. We all have to be more adult about this. Number 7, the very last one. It is body language. Yes. So when you cross your arms, you complain, you make these faces, you roll your eyes, whatever it is. No, rolling your eyes maybe is not defensiveness. No, that's more anger. But when you make like a serious face or tightening of the chest, the throat, or the jaw, those are all characteristics of body language that you are starting to be in the defensiveness. Another thing that happens is, for example, yesterday I had a client, and this is why I liked watching Lie to Me, because it teaches you micro movements of the face. And this guy, he was talking about his dad, and he went really fast like this. I mean, really fast. It was super fast, and then I was talking about like how he helps his father financially, and then his father, I asked, do you think you feel guilty? This is what I said. Do you sometimes feel guilty that you don't help him enough? He went really fast, like that, and then he kept on talking how no, he would never feel guilty about how, because he already helps him way more than he should, and then I said, do you know what you just did with your face? And then he says, what? I said, you showed contempt. Yes. Do you think there's some type of disgust that you feel about him because he does not know how to take care of his finances and he was never good with that? He says, definitely there is a disgust, a feeling of how can this man live 60 some years old and not even be able to be financially responsible, right? So it shows up, our body talks, our body communicates. If you cross your arms, oh, well, because this is the way I act. I always have my arms crossed. Then uncross them, because people think you're closed up. People are going to read that unconsciously or consciously that you don't care. You don't want to be there. You're not connecting, right? Every time you close up, your body is talking and people are reading. All right. So this was the last one. What can we do about defensiveness, right? What can we do? What can you do? This is what you do. First off, you have to recognize that we have blind spots. We all have them. I have them. And you will too, honey. So there's no way, right? Because especially with people that you love, you can try your very best. We're always going to have raw spots, things that blind spots, not raw spots, blind spots, where you don't see what you're doing. You don't see you don't notice. You forget. You don't think that is a big deal to the person. It's not to you. That's why you don't think it's to them. There's a lot of things that we are blinded to. And just like when we drive, there's a blind spot. You have them too. And just like nowadays, cars, they make noises when you have somebody's on your blind spot, which I love, by the way, my car. Then you have your husband or your wife they will just dun 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 dun. You're in the wrong. Hey, look, somebody's in your blind spot and you're hitting them, right? So we have to be aware that we're going to make mistakes. That's a natural thing. And another thing, it's an act of love to listen and be humble enough to recognize that you got blind spots, and you want to better yourself for the person that you love the most. So this is a way to show love. This is beautiful. So try not using this defensiveness in your relationship, right? Always be, hello, welcome. Always be aware of what you are saying, whatever the person is communicating. For example, this is a great one. Let's say you start, let's say you bring a particular subject X, to the relationship. Say, hey, this thing is bothering me about us. And the other person, sometimes they just, hey, but I have trouble, problem Y, not X. Y is bigger than X, and I'm suffering so much, and this is so super hard. So you go, but hey, listen, I brought this up first, and I wanted us to talk about this. We will talk about your problem afterwards. Can we tackle my first? And so that way it brings respect to the honor to the relationship. You have to kind of focus. Some people are they're very meticulous. They're very good at not taking blame, at not seeing your side, not allowing you to speak, not giving you a voice, because that's the way they were brought up. They were not given a voice, so then therefore they're not going to give it to you. So then you have to, hey, listen, this is not right. This is not healthy in the relationship. I need to be heard too. I need to feel like you care about my feelings and how this is hurting me. It's not a little thing. Your problem is not less important. It's just as mine is important too. Right? So kind of respect yourself in that level. Another thing is, if you start using defensiveness in your relationship, is because you're already angry, or you probably are already in the fight, flight, freeze reaction, which I talk about in other videos. And that's when you're so aroused, so nervous, so stressed that your frontal lobe shuts down, so that you either fight, you flight, run away, or you freeze from fear, So, when you're in that state, you need to calm down. You need to give yourself at least 30 minutes to calm down, turn on your frontal lobe so that you can think properly and not use just your memory. And because the frontal lobe is responsible for filtering the words that come out of your mouth. So if you don't have that, you're going to say things that you don't mean. You're going to hurt your partner's feelings, and you're going to disconnect your relationship. You see, whenever you start a fight, your target is not to win the fight. Your target should be not losing connection. So if you start a fight thinking, I cannot lose connection with you. We have this issue, but I cannot lose connection with you. We got to be good, right? So if you can look at the relationship in that way, it'll be a lot healthier. You're going to be safe. You're going to feel safe, and the other person's going to feel safe too. So use that, okay? So the first antidote for defensiveness is taking responsibility, okay? The antidote for it, right? And knowing that we all have parts that are, we're not going to see, we're not going to, people are going to have to show us that we said something that was wrong or was mean or sounded mean. And these things need to be addressed. Also, we got to be humble. We also need to understand that this is an act of love. You taking responsibility for your actions is an act of love, the most beautiful love. And that's what we need to give to our partners. Great love, right? So we receive great love, right? So you guys have a wonderful night. Hey, I have great news. Great news. August 28th and 29th, I am giving a workshop for couples. Yes, in August 28th and 9th, 2021. So please sign up. It's on my bio thing on Instagram. Just click on that link, and then there's a workshop, and then click there, and then you can sign up. The video is still in Portuguese. I'm trying to translate it, so you can just try. I don't know how you're gonna do it, but I'll try to create a better video for you guys. Nonetheless, thank you for being with me, And I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your Thursday. I will see you next week with the fourth horseman of the apocalypse that talks about the four last thing that destroys every relationship, which, based on his studies, is stonewalling. You can look it up. But I want you to watch me next week, and I'll teach you a lot of ways that you don't do that to the person that you love the most, or allow this to happen in your relationship from the other person too. We can talk about it. Kind of like help them not go there. All right. You have a wonderful night. Thank you for all the hearts and all the love. And guys, take care. See you next week. Bye-bye.